This world has been connected, tied to the darkness, soon to be completely eclipsed.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Proud Difficulty video walkthrough. We are apparently about to seal Hollow Bastion, and the weird part about this is we were at the end of Hollow Bastion, right where the keyhole was, then you fight Riku 2, and then for reasons tied to the plot, you kind of leave and have to come back. And when you come back, you can't warp directly to the places you've already been. You have to go there through the places you've already been. And I really don't understand why they decided to do it that way at all. It seems baffling to me. And I even try and warp. I go to the library to hit the save point, to warp out, to warp back in, to get to the main chamber where we fought Maleficent, and it doesn't work. It intentionally doesn't work because they want you to go back through the level for some reason. And at this moment, you can talk to people in the library and get some cool stuff. For instance, I believe if you talk to Belle, you can get the Divine Rose, which is the Keyblade we're going to be using for the rest of the game. And also if you talk to Ares, or Aerith, depending on which region of game you have, you can upgrade to Curaga, I believe, if you keep talking to her. I'm not too sure of the criteria, I should probably check that for you. So let's have a look what it says in here. So, we're going towards the Dark Depths. Here we go. Useful conversations, it says in the book. She's standing near the stairs on the lower level and will hand Sora Ansem Report 2, 4, 6 and 10. Talk to her a couple of times and she will upgrade Cura to Curaga. So there is no requirements at all with the looks of this. And you can have your spell upgraded to the best one on the game. That being said, I don't believe I do that because I forgot you could until afterwards. So on this guide, I don't believe I'm going to be using Curaga too much. Oh wow, look at that. Do you see that bullshit? I'm so glad I left that in the guide. That is the kind of shit that happens with these stupid enemies, these flying enemies, and these cheesy platforms. Look where we are. Like miles away. So annoying. I can't even tell you how much it bugs me. But we're heading towards what it calls in the book, the deep dive. Oh, sorry, not the deep dive, the Dark Depths. I'm just getting up my names mixed up. And the Dark Depths is the very colourful Keyblade that was behind Riku in the Riku 2 fight. And it's the only way to seal Arzaka. Wow, my words are just gone today. It's the only way to seal Hollow Bastion. And it involves killing a behemoth, or a behemoth, depending on how you say it. And he drops an Omega Art, which is one of the best items on the game. But one thing I've never really understood about Ansem, who is the main protagonist in Kingdom Hearts, is a lot of his motivations were unclear. And there's a little picture profile in the book just to the left of the Riku 2 fight, which I'm about to read. And it says, through his study of the Heartless, Ansem acquired the secret knowledge with which to destroy worlds. His findings are documented in the Ansem reports. When his world was conquered and cast into darkness by the Heartless, Ansem disappeared under mysterious circumstances and most of the pages were lost. So, he found the secret knowledge to destroy worlds. And it makes me wonder, was he intrinsically a bad person before he did this? Because a good person who gets the knowledge to destroy worlds tends to not do it, yet Ansem is either corrupted by the darkness or is just a bastard in real life that he just wants to do evil things. And I've read the Ansem reports a very long time ago, and I should probably go back over them to scout some details, but it just never seemed like there was a really good justification for why such an intelligent, and prolific researcher would turn into a douchebag. I suppose is the simplest terms. But there is the Divine Rose. You'll notice it gives me 1-up on pretty much everything. I can't speak high enough about how much I enjoy the Keyblade. But we just have to continue onwards now, and we actually get the opportunity to speak to the maidens the Disney princesses that have been kidnapped to fund/open Kingdom Hearts. And it's all enemies you've seen before, so I'm going to read some profiles from the book, you know, just to fill some of the dead air. The one on Belle says, "This courageous young woman is a true beauty. Belle became imprisoned in Beast's castle in order to free her father." Anybody who's seen Beauty and the Beast will understand this. At first, Belle loathed the fearsome lord of the castle, however she became attracted to him when she discovered his more gentle side. Some undercurrents of bestiality when you think about that too heavily, but we'll not go into that. Belle was captured by the Heartless when they destroyed her world. The Adventures of Belle and Beast appeared in 1991 animated feature, The Beauty and the Beast. Or Beauty and the Beast, should I say. So, as you can see on the video, I'm trying my best to kill these things before I fall off again, and I generally stand over here so I can't get knocked off, and I'll stop the enemies when they get close and then hit them. I'm doing Strike Raid there to try and kill them. But we've got Snow White, raven hair, ruby red lips, snow white skin, and a pure, innocent soul. Snow White's beauty evoked her stepmother's scorn. The wicked woman ordered a hunter to kill the girl in the woods. Jesus Christ, I don't remember Snow White being so dark. But the compassionate man let Snow White go. This was how Snow White came to be with the 7 dwarfs. Now her world has fallen captive to the Heartless, and she too has become their prisoner. The Disney animated feature film based on the fairy tale Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs delighted cinema audiences as early as 1937. Jesus Christ. That is crazy. I saw that film at cinema as well when I was young. Obviously not in 1937, I'm not Jack Nicholson from The Shining in all the fucking photos or anything. Well, that was an interesting strategy that I just did. Hit it with gravity. Send it flying. But it says Cinderella, this beautiful girl, grew up in her stepmother's house. Her 2 stepmothers despised Cinderella and they had her perform all the unpleasant household chores. The diligent child did as she was told until her fairy godmother appeared to her one day. This bringer of fortune made it possible for Cinderella to attend a royal ball where she won the prince's heart. When Cinderella's world was destroyed, the Heartless took her prisoner, along with the other princesses. Viewers first admired her beauty in 1950. So lastly we've got Aurora, or it might not be lastly. No, it is. She's the last one. 3 benevolent fairies bestowed upon this princess fair angel-like hair, full red lip. What's with the full lips, man? I don't get it. Everybody, all these cartoon girls have got full lips. What are they trying to say? And a charming voice. Maleficent placed a curse on Aurora that would put her into an eternal sleep upon her 16th birthday. In an attempt to prevent this from happening, the 3 fairies kept the princess hidden. However, Aurora was kidnapped by the Heartless when her world fell to them. Maleficent and Aurora both appeared in the 1959 animated film Sleeping Beauty. So it's pretty cool stuff. But as you can see, we're still trying to make our way through Hollow Bastion again. It's complete and utter unnecessary artificial padding. But the cool thing is, because everything's got stronger, we're probably getting more experience than we were the first time. That being said, it doesn't look too much stronger in Hollow Bastion, which is useful. But now that all the enemies are dead, we can touch the plinth in the middle again, and we can get the vehicle moving. There we go. But the other day there was an announcement for the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 remix that's going to be coming in 2014. So anybody watching this who's enjoying the series, or who is themselves enjoying the game, who purchased it as well, you've got another one to look forward to next year. It's going to be on the original systems, so if you're getting rid of your consoles to get one of the new one, then you're probably going to miss out, which is a bit of a shame. But I will definitely be covering both Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 2. And they're going to be both in their final mix arrangements, so we're going to get the finished, fully realised product, which I'm really excited about. I do have Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix and Birth by Sleep final mix on emulators, but Birth by Sleep doesn't work for some reason. It crashes at the introduction screen. I don't know why. It's all over the forums of the emulators. And Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, the emulation has problems with the controls on movement. So the recognition of the inputs is being interrupted for some reason. So when I'm holding a direction to run, the character every so often will walk, or he'll stop, and it makes it really difficult to play because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, and the beginning of the game is very challenging on critical mode. You're getting 4 to 5 shot by the first group of nobodies, and there's 6 of them or something silly. Like I was getting my ass slapped on a stream the other day. Really challenging stuff, and it got quite frustrating, so I think I'm going to go back to playing the PS2 version I've got of just this vanilla game, so that I can familiarise myself on, you know, what to do and some of the strategies for when the game comes out. And a lot of you might be thinking, well, what's the point? You know, why not just wait for the high def one? Well, when I make these guides, I play the game first so that I can get, you know, an understanding of how to play again, and I can get up to a competent level so that the guide is of a higher quality than most on YouTube, because a lot of people will just do their blind playthrough as a guide, and they'll say it's a walkthrough, but they get lost and they don't know what they're doing, and they die a whole bunch of times because they've not learnt the combat, or they haven't learnt what works, or because they're learning mechanics for the first time, they don't understand them correctly and they have issues. Well, the point of playing the game first is to not have those issues in the videos, and when somebody comes and they find one of the chapters, all they need is how do I beat this sequence. They don't need how does this guy figure out how to do the sequence, and I think that's one of the main distinctions. Obviously YouTube does work in a bizarre way where people much rather like to watch people fail than they do succeed. So a lot of the times, the walkthroughs that are completely incompetent are the ones that are the most popular, which seems crazy to me, but I do understand the allure. And when this game came out, for instance, I spent a good 30 hours beating the game before I could even start the walkthrough, and being quick and being first on YouTube are 2 of the most important aspects of building a channel. And it's a shame. It's a big shame, because I don't think you should have to force a game out, you know, and sacrifice your own personal enjoyment just to get it viewed on a website where it's almost impossible to find, you know, an audience. It takes a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of work, and, you know, some people are luckier than others. Some people find a niche that's well represented. You know, some people are really fortunate and others aren't, and I'm one of those people that's not quite as fortunate. So when Kingdom Hearts 2.5 does come out, hopefully if I'm refreshed on the game and I don't have to do that first playthrough, I already have a good idea of what I'm going to be doing, and I can just go immediately into recording the guide and have the guide up really, really quickly. So it's the whole 2 birds and 1 stone approach, which can save a lot of time, and time is precious these days because there's a lot of things to be doing. But this is the Dark Depths, and this is the Behemoth. He's easy, but he's got a lot of life, and he's got a lot of tricky moves to dodge. The hardest move to evade is his lightning, but you can roll through it with good timing. The only problem is, it's so easy not to have good timing, but he signposts it after every single time he does it. Strategy is simple: climb on his back, beat up his horn. When you stun him enough, he'll bend over, then you can beat him up. When he recovers, he will always do the lightning move, and he signposts it by stamping, then lightning. And that was a perfect evade. That's all you have to do. The big problem is, it's tricky to do that evade. This move right here does damage if you let him do it. Sometimes you can do enough damage to stun him, but you'll notice it's really hard to hit him because he's tilting his head forward. Sora's doing the air combos and hitting thin air. The controls really betray you at times, so you want to be careful and patient and plan your attacks. Something else to bear in mind, when he puts his foot down, much like Maleficent but nowhere near as bad, he does a ground shockwave that does damage. And it can catch you off guard, so be aware of it. He does a jump attack that has a ground shockwave, and see what I mean? I tried to evade, I was a little bad on the timing, I didn't get the iframe and I got hit. So another alternative to the roll, if you want to dodge it without taking damage, is only if you don't have full life. Use the heal, get the iframes, dodge the move. Another alternative is the Strike Raid. Strike Raid will give you full invulnerability, and you don't even have to continue to press triangle. You can just let him throw 1 key and then continue on with the fight. But just look at his life. It takes so long to kill this dude, and you fight a bunch of them in the next area. But there's our level up. All of us got the points, and that is the end of the video. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.